thank you so much for tuning in. We're so excited about this show, spreading empowerment to you and through you.
That's how we do. Through us and to you, through the two.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, or if you haven't seen our first episode, our show is about spreading empowerment through artists, through lifestyle people, and just through, we're just going to chat about it and talk about our experiences, and we're going to have a couple guests, and we're going to just chat, and hopefully you guys go away feeling inspired and encouraged to be empowered.
Whatever you want to be, have the courage to be whatever you want to be, do whatever you want to do. And join into our conversation if you like. You can tweet us at LMG Productions
and Rogers TVPL.
Yep. And yeah, so engage. Let's engage and let's create a community of empowerment and getting people living the lives they really want to live.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? There are a lot of obstacles to doing that, right? It's not just I'm gonna have the best life ever done.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the big things is fear, right? Fear holds a lot of us back from doing a lot of things, big and small.
Right.
So how do we rise above fear?
Yeah, and what fear is created with everybody, this fear is created in different ways. It's the environment, it's our upbringing, it's our culture, it's our own selves, and mainly I think for myself, I'm my biggest voice that has that fear.
Right.
I mean, it could be people, it could be things that people have said before, but I have the choice to be like, you know what, that's not for me, or I let it affect me. So I think maybe I'm not the only one that feels that way, but I think other people might be coming across that. So with you, Kat, a lot of people come up to you and say, you're so fearless on stage. So Kat is an amazing singer-songwriter, great performer, great entertainer. And people, and like myself, you're so just alive on stage. You're very striking, very energetic, and it doesn't seem like anything's holding you back. And a lot of people have come to you and said, you're so fearless on stage. What is your response to that?
Well, often I feel like I guess it is fearless in the true sense of I don't feel fear when I'm on stage.
Right.
I'm not afraid of that. I've always just seen a stage and been like, get me on there. I don't have anything to say, but I'll make something. Something will come out of something,
Right.
So when people say you're so courageous to do that, I feel like I'm like, well, not really, because that's not a fear of mine.
Right.
There's, other things might be a fear of mine, like camping. I hate camping. I get fearful of ridiculous things, like aliens, like raccoons, like having to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and walk through aliens and raccoons, right? So that's my fears. We've all got different fears that we have to overcome.
Sure.
What about you? What are you afraid of?
There's lots of things.
Yeah.
Things to do with your eyes. That creeps me out. Or gigantic spiders.
Yeah.
Little spiders, I'm okay.
Those
but
creepy
gigantic
things,
ones, yeah.
The
The millipedes. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Yeah, those are disgusting.
That's like a guttural fear for me too.
But in terms of fear for ourselves, I know some people might have fear of, excelling,
Yes.
going past their boundaries. For example, I also teach skating, and some of my adult students, when I'm challenging them, saying why don't you try to do backward crossovers, and right away, because they don't know that they're capable of it, they don't want to try it.
They're afraid to try.
They're afraid to try. Like we mentioned, they're afraid to fall. They're afraid of how they'll look like. So it's all these different voices.
Yeah.
It could end up being our own voice, but then once they actually do it, once we actually achieve that thing that we weren't sure about, we're like, hey, hold on, my limits just got I've eliminated those limits.
Yeah, you've pushed through. Well, they say, to overcome fear, do the thing that you most fear, right?
Exactly.
And I think we have to be clear that it's not putting yourself into big danger, ridiculous things. And that's the thing, too. There's a fine line of no, this is really unsafe for me. This is not going to end well.
Right.
Or something you have to push through, you know?
Exactly.
How do you know what that is? I mean, sometimes it's obvious. Camping, no one should go camping. That's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Do you remember a time where you were actually very afraid or fearful, and then you overcame it? like in terms of your performance?
In terms of performance, you know what scares me is singing and performing at weddings.
Interesting.
I know, because the wedding to that couple, mostly the bride usually, that's the day. That's the everything. Right. And if you mess that up, it just adds to all the other things that are going wrong in that day. And I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
That's so funny.
And you can't really joke around or swear.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of be like, you know, and that is uncomfortable for me personally.
Okay, right. I hope we get to chat with some of our guests. So we've got a Wonder Woman and a Superman.
Yes.
Just quickly, we're gonna talk to Elvira Hopper, as well as Matt Zaddy.
Yes. Love it.
Those are our Wonder Woman and Superman of our show.
Yeah.
This episode. We've got about 30 seconds left, and at the end of the show, we've got a goal of the week.
A goal of the week, yes, and we'll talk about how your last goal of the week went last week, and I want to hear from you how you did it.
Okay, cool.
And I want to hear from me.
Yeah, so we're so excited for our first guest.
Yes.
We're going to make sure you stay tuned for Elvira Hopper.
That